Let's go ahead and spin the wheel and see what deck we're playing first today. Yeah, walls, baby. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so this is walls, although it might be more accurately described as defenders, but hey, walls is a better name. So this deck is built around synergies between creatures that care about defender, specifically Overgrown Battlement, which taps for green for each creature with defender you control, and Axebane Guardian, which taps for any amount and color of combinations, depending on how many creatures with defender you control. So, since you're going to make a bunch of mana with these two mana accelerators, you need a bunch of walls. So we've got Wall of Omens and Wall of Blossoms to just come down and draw a card, and of course Wall of Roots, which itself does also make mana. And you've got Ceruli Caretaker in the 1-drop slot, which can also kind of make mana. Then, what are you doing with all of this mana? Well, you've got Karn the Great Creator as your primary win condition, and Arcades the Strategist. So let's go over these one at a time. Karn the Great Creator. So basically what you're going to do is get a ton of mana, and then you can Karn the Great Creator and win with various things, including Walking Ballista, or just like other big payoffs, but there's also infinite mana combos that you can do. So if you have enough defenders in play, you can Karn and grab Staff of Domination. And since Staff can untap itself and untap one of your creatures for 4 mana, if you have one of these walls that makes 5 mana, you make infinite mana with the Staff of Domination. And then you can just Karn for Ballista for infinite, or draw your whole deck, or do whatever you need to do. You also have infinite mana with Galvanic Alchemist, which is a creature with Soul Bond that gives another creature 3 mana, including blue, to untap itself, which means that if you have Axebane Guardian and it's making 4 mana, it can Soul Bond with Galvanic Alchemist and also make infinite. Or if you Soul Bond it with Overgrown Battlement, you can tap Battlement for as much green as you have blue to continue to untap it. You, of course, have Chord of Calling to go find all of these things, including Galvanic Alchemist. We also have Tyvar to mill over walls and let the walls tap immediately. It can also untap your walls to generate even more mana. And of course, the One Ring joins the party, because why not? Arcades the Strategist draws a card whenever you have a defender creature enter, but it also lets your creatures with defender attack, and their damage is outputted via their toughness instead of their power. And similarly, Walking Bulwark does kind of the same with a 2 mana activation instead. And of course, can also be corded for. You then have various sideboard cards, Veil, Endurance, all sorts of artifacts for Karn to grab. And that is basically the deck. I'm going to do a little bit of touching up here, though. All right, I was just looking this over to see basically if there's anything I wanted to change in the sideboard, perhaps. I think rather than Endurance, now I can't get rid of any of these Tron board and any of these Karn board cards. Maybe Veil of Summer isn't too great, but I'm not entirely sure about that. I would also really love to find a spot in the mana base to put a Manamo for the ring, but there probably just isn't the room for that. It's too tight. All right, well then I think it's fine. We can just run this as is. So let's jump into the first league with walls. And just as a reminder, you can see in the banner at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, these leagues are being covered by Collector Legion, the entry fees are. All right, we are round 1 on the draw against something with walls. And this hand is not very good. We don't have any really rampers or big payoffs other than these specific combo cards, so I will mull this. All right, this hand is a little better. We've got ramp into Karn, so I can put back one of the Caretakers. All right, opponent plays a Marsh Flats. Oh, we're playing against Aspiring Spike. All right, so let's just go turn 1 Ceruli Caretaker. Shock this in, play Ceruli, and pass the turn. All right, I guess he bricked on his second land, so we're just going to keep going. So let's land, fetch, let's grab, what do I need? We already have black, so the most likely next color is, I guess either one would probably work, but I guess I'm just going to get a forest for now until I see that I need something else. So let's play Wall of Roots, and then we will tap for green and activate Wall and cast Overgrown Battlement and pass the turn. All right, hit the second land, fetches Marsh Flats, double Godless Shrine, Heartless Summoning. Okay, so we're against the Heartless deck. Flashes in Solitude, exiling Boromir in order to kill our Overgrown Battlement. All right, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, or 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Yeah, it's probably just best to go Karn and minus down Karn. All right, so fetch. Let's grab Temple Garden, I think. Shock this in, and then let's play Karn. Using these, minus Karn. Not sure what I'm getting here. Probably just Liquimetal. Or maybe Haywire Might to kill the Heartless, but I can't do that until next turn anyway. So, or perhaps it's best to just get the ring and start drawing cards. Yeah, let's grab the ring. All right, pass it back. 3 mana, so Norn, Solitude. It is Norn. Thankfully, we don't actually require ETB triggers. It will shut off our ring ETB, but that's fine. So I can minus grab Might to kill Heartless Summoning, and then I have 3 mana after that. I have 1, 2, 3 mana after that. I don't get a Wall of Blossoms trigger anymore, though. Alternatively, I can chord for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and grab what? Axebane Guardian? Or I can go Karn, Might, and then I need 1 up, and then I can chord for only 1. That doesn't work. All right, I'm definitely minusing Karn, regardless. I should probably just set up for next turn. I can just grab Staff and then chord for Axebane Guardian. This Heartless is really powering their deck up, though. I should probably just kill that immediately, even though it basically shuts off the rest of my turn. All right, let's get rid of Heartless. And then I don't have anything else to do, but that's fine. 1, 2, 3, yeah. I guess I'm never going to get Norn off the field. I may as well just cast Wall of Blossoms for Chord next turn. And then they can attack Karn to death. That's fine. No blocks. Yeah, so Karn dies. 3 mana for Nazgul. Enters the battlefield, ring tempts you. Whenever the ring tempts you, put a +1 counter on each Wraith. A deck can have up to 9 Nazguls. So it's a 2/3 ring bearer, which does what now? Whenever it attacks loot. No. Okay. So probably best to just chord for Axebane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, just instant speed chord for Axebane and then try to go crazy next turn. So if I play Wall of Omens, then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So let's just play Wall of Omens, pass it back, and then we'll chord on the end step. And it has a death touch, eh? Grief us? All right, I guess I'm chording in response. X is currently 2. Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chord. Green. 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 There we go. Grabbing Axebane Guardian. And then Grief Resolves. They will unfortunately take both of our cards because of Norn, but what can we do? Play another Nazgul. So what does this wind up doing? Whenever it blocks a creature, that creature sacks. Whenever your ring bearer deals combat damage to a player, each opponent loses 3. Okay, so they're getting double ring triggers with Norn. That's what's going on. All right, so no blocks. All right, well, I guess we're just dead because we have lost all the cards in our hand. I suppose I can block them, right? So I'm not necessarily dead. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, so I have to block everything and lose 3 walls. Man, that turned around quickly. All right, I'm not technically dead, but I'm quite, yeah. So I can go block, block, block. I lose wall, 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 and then have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 next turn. All right, I guess I'll stay in it for now. Can I block this? Your ring bearer's legendary can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. All right, ring, loot, away, Malakir. All right, block, block, block. All right, so all of our creatures die. Plays a land, sacks Silent Clearing to draw a card. Well, this is a nifty little synergy. All right, being at 1 doesn't matter anyway, so let's just grab Spara's headquarters and take our turn to see if we can draw out of this. All right, Tyvar is pretty good. So what can I do with Tyvar? See, I can't really reanimate anything that matters, though. I can make a bunch of mana, but then I can't do anything with that mana. All right, Tyvar, black, this one, minus, use the ability. But then I can't actually get anything out of here. I can only just triple block, and then I'm still in the same position. All right, go to game 2. So what do I want against this deck? The Karn board's mostly the same. I guess Endurance no, it doesn't prevent Ephemerate shenanigans. Veil of Summer for Grief. And then I'm probably never really attacking them, so Bulwark is not great. I can cut Bulwark, and then I can grab it from the sideboard if I need to with Karn. And then Norn makes all of these wall draw triggers pretty bad. It's also possible I want Haywire Might main deck. I think I'll just run this. All right, let's run this back. All right, game 2 on the play. We only have 1 land, so mull this. All right, that's better. Keep this, putting back. Whew, this one's actually tough because I want to go turn 1, hold up Veil, turn 2, Wall, turn 3, Tyvar, turn 4, Ring. But I can't put lands back. So, okay, Veil is only good if he griefs me. So let's put the Wall back. All right, put the Wall back. All right, play a land, pass. And then I can just hold up Veil or just fetch Spara's headquarters. Agonjo plays Pithing Needle. All right, fetch. Pithing Needle resolves. What is he going to name? Name's Karn. All right, double Veil. All right, play a land, pass. I guess we have what? We have a Beseiju in the deck to blow that up. Shock. No, just play it tapped. All right, fetch. Let's get the Overgrown Tomb or Godless Shrine. No, I have a forest already anyway, right? Godless Shrine. I don't think it really matters. Let's just grab Overgrown Tomb and take our turn. Well, we drew Karn. Let's play Tyvar. Mill. Use the ability, but we didn't mill over anything useful. Well, that's a shame. So now we just got to pass it back without Veil up and without getting anything with Tyvar. That just sucks. 3 mana. Plays Nazgul. We do have to deal with this. This is untappable creature. So I have Karn. Can't do anything with it. Have the ring. Well, Tyvar is going to die, but what can you do? Ring. Trigger the ring. Draw. Well, it's plus Tyvar. It's going to get killed anyway, but you can't do anything about that. All right, another land. So now he can just attack and kill Tyvar. Plays Boromir. All right, so take 1 from the ring. No mana spent. Sack, make creatures indestructible. Karn still can't do anything, so let's just draw more cards with the ring. Well, Battlement. I can go Battlement, Wall, hold up Veil. I guess that's what I'm doing. So let's play this first to draw a card. Oh, it's another Karn. That doesn't help. Let's play this and just pass. So yeah, I've got exactly 1 Boseiju in my deck to kill that Pithing Needle. I guess I can also kill him with Arcades. Solitude, sure. So there goes Wall of Blossoms. Huh. Okay. Malakir Rebirth. Well, that's unfortunate. So there goes both of our walls. All right, only 1 card left. Now we're getting smacked for a lot of damage here. Oh, and Norn too. All right. And even the second ring trigger is not going to work either because now Norn shuts it off. All right. Fetch. Grabbing a Temple Garden tapped. I guess we're just pretty much dead here, right? This has just been like the worst sequence of draws possible. All right, well, I got to draw with the ring. I can't get Norn off the field. I can't Karn anything. What can I Cord for? Pretty much nothing. New ring doesn't even trigger. Yeah. Cord, have no targets. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Double grief that first game just totally screwed us. And then this 1 Pithing Needle for Karn screwed us this game. How are you doing? What time did you wake up? I was up at 4:40. This is fine. We're on the draw, so I will keep. Steam Vents, Shock. Well, it represents multiple things, but I'm not going to just not play stuff, so let's just run out. I guess I can go Bulwark, and then next turn I can go Wall of Roots, Cerulean Caretaker. All right, let's go. I need to fetch black for this, so let's just get that now. Fetch, Overgrown Tomb. If they have a Bolt for a creature, I would rather them kill Bulwark than anything else, so pass it back. And it doesn't change our curve anyway. Cycles Generous Ent, so probably Rhinos. It's Living End. It might not. I think it's actually Rhinos. I think a lot of the decks are adopting these land cycling cards. It could be either or, obviously. But there's a lot of decks, like especially the Cascade decks, where they don't care about doing anything other than just getting to 3 lands that are adopting a bunch of these strategies. All right, Shock and Breeding Pool, play Wall of Roots, activate, put in Caretaker, and then we're out of mana for the turn, so then we'll just pass. No, I think Rhinos is only playing the Island Cycler, not the Forest Cycler. All right, so it is Living End, Waker of Waves. Well, if we just get Living Ended right here, then we're completely dead because they just kill our whole board and we can't do anything. Yep, there's Living End. All right, well, we're getting attacked for what? 18? So yeah, we're just dead. I can Tyvar in a blocker and then just lose the game. All right, Crypt main, Endurance into this from the sideboard. What else? Chalice of the Void main, Cutting, Bulwark, Arcades. Random drawing walls are pretty slow. That's probably fine. I guess what? Stonebrain on the play. It's unlikely I'm ever going to be able to Karn Stonebrain them. I can bring in Stonebrain. What's the fastest I can Stonebrain? Turn 1, Caretaker. Turn 2, more Okay, so I can potentially Stonebrain them. Let's cut Wall of Omens. All right, submit that. On the play, we have Stonebrain. We have Chalice of the Void, but we only have 1 land. We also have Endurance. The problem is that 1 land right there. That 1 land is just completely screwing us. I have to draw another land. I'm not too likely to either. All right, well, it's a better hand, but it has no interaction. It's this or go to 5. It has a Tyvar to mill stuff. That's helpful. All right, I'll keep. And then just bin a forest. All right, we're just going to play Foothills and fetch Sparas. Steam Vents Shock. All right, fetch. Grab Sparas Headquarters. Then Shock and Overgrown Tomb. Play Wall of Blossoms. Opponent cycles Ent. All right, draw trigger. Another ring. Pass the turn. So I've got to hope to do really well with Tyvar next turn. Plays another land. Pass back. All right, land, Tyvar. Mill with Tyvar. What do we hit? No creatures at all. Wow. All right. Well, now we're going to lose. So pass it back. Ring helps us the turn after we get Living End. Yeah, not if we don't have 4 lands, though. We hit 0 creatures with Tyvar. I was thinking that... I was debating, like, oh, should I bring the creature back or not? Or should I just, like, leave it in the graveyard for when they Living End? But we didn't hit any anyway. All right. So now they put 4 creatures into the graveyard. Living End on their turn. Yeah, Curator. So then they're going to have lethal, and we're going to have a wall and nothing. Yep, Violent Outburst, sure. All right, so there goes the wall. Okay, at least we drew the 4th land. So fetch, grab a forest, play the ring. I don't know how we get out of this situation, though. I guess I have to draw, like, what? Oh, and they have Force Negation. Are we just dead on board? 9, 14. Yeah, we're dead on board. Incredible. All right, on to round 3. I'm going to draw your attention to this banner right here and just say that this is more appropriate than it's ever been. All right, that's enough of that. All right, round 3 on the draw. We have double Wall of Roots, Karn, Cord. Seems fine. Keep. Opponent plays Flooded Strand. All right, pass this to us. So let's just go grab Sparas with this Windswept. Pass it back. They fetch. Grab a tapped Rogran Triome. Windswept. Fetch. All right, so I'm guessing Elementals. Yeah, Elementals. Fetch. Grab Sparas. And then they get their Wrenn and 6 in play. Pick a land back up. Ooh, Overgrown Battlement is better than Wall of Roots. So let's play that. All right, Overgrown Battlement. Pass the turn. Picks another land up. Plays a land. All right, so now I can go wall. All right, Wall of Roots. So I can put another Wall of Roots into play, and then I can go, so land, Wall of Roots activation, put the other Wall of Roots into play, tap Overgrown Battlement, tap the other Wall of Roots, play Karn. So that seems good. Shock, Wall of Roots, play this Wall of Roots. All right, tap this, activate this Wall of Roots, play Karn. Minus, what am I grabbing? So, I can almost go infinite with the Battlement. I think I should probably grab the ring in case something goes wrong here and I need to draw more cards. All right, let's grab the ring and then pass the turn back. End of turn, they fetch. Other Triome. All right, so now they have access to Leyline Binding mana. Wrenn picks up a land, play a land, fetch, island, the one ring. All right, we can win through the one ring. That's not a problem. So first things first, let's play Tyvar. I think I play Tyvar. So yeah, they can't activate their ring anyway with Karn in play. I need to get more things. Let's see, if I grab Galvanic, that doesn't work. I can grab Axebane Guardian. So I can go Tyvar and then 3 mana from Overgrown Battlement, untap it. So let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, Tyvar. 3 mana, untap, 6 mana. Cord for Axebane. I think I have enough to do this. So minus here, cast Tyvar. All right, tap this, untap this, and then we're going to minus here and cast Cord, and then tap this one and this one. So X is 3. Now we grab Axebane Guardian, and then we tap both of these. So a bunch of green mana, bunch of blue mana, or just whatever, minus Karn, grab Staff of Domination, then we will cast Staff. Oh, I'm 1 defender short, aren't I? Solitude in response. Yep. Eating, Axebane, sure. Well, in that case, let's just drop the ring and draw some cards. It's 3 to untap a creature, so that's neutral at this point. Yeah, all right, drop the ring. And then draw a card, another ring. Well, I could just let this fizzle, but I guess I'm not going to. What can I do with this? Just gain a life? Gain 1 life. Then play this tapped. All right, pass it back. Pinging down Karn. Yep, draw with the ring. So that was poor math on my part. I mathed out that I could get Staff into play, but I didn't math out that I actually need 5 defenders in play for that to work. All right, taking the Staff. I think we're still in a reasonable position. We got mana, we got the ring. Another ring. I'm surprised they would play another ring at this point, considering they have plenty of life and we're not pressuring them at all. All right, there's another Karn, so let's draw. Another Karn and another ring. So let's definitely Tyvar first. Minus to mill. We bricked on creatures again. What is going on? Okay, so I can Karn, and then I can get Haywire Might to get this back, or do something else. I'm definitely playing Karn. Play Karn. Minus. I guess I can start coding their lands. Use Karn's ability, but not yet. I can also Needle and Wrenn and 6, or I can just grab Haywire Might to blow up Leyline Binding. Yeah, let's grab Haywire, and then play Haywire. I haven't played a land yet, right? Okay. I don't need to do that now, though. So I have 1, 2, 3. Actually, I get to draw an extra card if I do it now. Fetch a forest, because then I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to do it with one of the walls. Kill this. And then on their turn, I can activate both of these walls and draw. All right, pass the turn. So ring, they go to 14. They pick up a land with Wrenn and 6. Play another land. Playing what? Playing Solitude again. Okay. What are you solituding? The Battlement, sure. All right, so activate the Staff to draw a card. All right, Wall of Omens. Back to us. Ring trigger. All right, we got Court of Calling and a Wall of Omens. So I can also Tyvar back Haywire Might if I care. I don't want to have Tyvar leave play, though, so let's just go Wall first. Well, let's definitely Ring first and see what we draw. Ring 3 lands. Okay. Wall of Omens. Trigger. Another Tyvar. So how much Chord mana I got right now? I've got 1, 2, 3. No, I can't take this down anymore. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can Chord for Battlement and have 3 mana left. I can tap it immediately, and then I can Tyvar tick down to see what I get. So minus here, Chord for this, 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 this. X is 2. Go get Battlement. Tap Battlement for 4 mana. Tick Tyvar down. Use the ability. We hit another Battlement. And then I can play this Tyvar. Then this can tap for 5. And now we've got Infinite with Staff. So untap this. Tap this. Untap the Staff. All right, Infinite mana. So now this loop will take a while. So we'll skip ahead for the YouTube audience. All right, opponent sees that we have the loop and concedes. So game 2 against Elementals. What do I want? Nothing really. Everything. I'm not bringing in Veil or Endurance. And everything else is Karn sideboardable. So the worst cards are like Bulwark. So do I want to move anything to the main? Not really. So I think we just run back the exact same deck. All right, game 2 on the draw against Elementals playing Walls. This hand looks perfectly fine. Even though it lacks a payoff, it has a good curve, lots of mana ramp. All right, opponent plays Flooded Strand, pass back to us. So let's go fetch, shock. Let's make sure we have blue. So let's grab Breeding Pool, play Caretaker, and then pass the turn. Does this look better than Neobrand? This looks much better than Neobrand, yes. So apparently, somebody commented on that video and explained how that deck was actually supposed to work, which both I and everyone in the chat missed at the time, which is that you can actually win on turn 2 with that Chord Oracle version. You have to basically draw your whole deck and then cheat out all the remaining Allosaurus Riders. And then when you go to discard, you discard the World Spine Worm, which puts a trigger on the stack so you get priority again in your cleanup step. And then you can flash Endurance in and put Oracle back in your deck and then Chord for Oracle. All right, so let's see. I go Shock, play Battlement, and then Bulwark. All right, pass the turn. All right, Flooded Strand, fetch. They're at 3 mana. If they have Teferi, they'll bounce Battlement. All right, they don't, but they're getting the other Triumph. So, yeah, Leyline Binding our Overgrown Battlement, right? Yep. We did draw another land, which is very unfortunate. I could just run out Axebane for next turn. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm doing. All right, Axebane, hope this doesn't die. I play Neobrand and Paper. It's very fun. I don't play the Oracle version, though. I play the version that uses Aetherflux Reservoir with Mox Amber. Really? Aetherflux Reservoir, not Labman? Opponent fetches. Oracle is complicated and not worth compared to Gutshot version IMO. I don't know what you mean by that. The Gutshot version. Teferi, then they're going to bounce our Axebane back. Yep. So we just can't get purchase in this game is the problem. Still no lands. I guess I should play a draw land, a draw wall, hope to hit a land, and if I do, I can play Battlement. Or I just run Axebane out again, and then it can die to a million other things. So let's, yeah, okay. Wall of Omens. Please draw a land now. Okay, we drew a land. Good. Fetch, Forest, play Battlement, and pass back. Opponent has 7 cards in hand, so Solitude, Fury, Leyline Binding, Prismatic. These are all problems. Teferi plus another land. Fetch, Island. And then plus Renin 6 to get the land back. Elvish Norn. Honestly, not the worst. Okay, well, there's Solitude, and then they can eat both of our Mana Accelerator and another thing. They exiled another Solitude from their hand. All right, Axebane, and then just pass. Yep, Axebane. Yeah, Axebane pass. All right, hopefully they don't have even more removal next turn. Plus is Teferi. They exiled another one of their Solitudes with the first Solitude, so our Bulwark is gone, so we can't Chord to haste our guys. Fetch with Flooded Strand. And they're shocking it in. Plays the 1 ring. Okay. Draw. No. Renin 6 plus. Attack with Norn. No blocks. We go to 10. Draws with the ring. All right. Back to us. So I can play 2 Wall of Blossom. Okay. So I can Chord for Galvanic Alchemist, right? So I need another Defender in play. So I go Wall of Blossoms. Yeah. Wall of Blossoms. I have 4 mana plus Chord. So Wall of Blossoms first. And then I'm not going to draw a card because of Norn. I can tap this to get another one. So Axebane is 4 mana. And then we go... Oh, no, I need blue. I need... yeah, so I need blue mana. Blue, green. I need to leave a blue in my pool. So let's Chord this, this, and this. Oh, I can't Soul Bond with Elvish Norn in play, though. Because Soul Bond is an ETB trigger. Damn. Alright, I don't even know what to do, then. Play this. Soul Bond's an ETB trigger, right? You can pay this creature with another untapped creature when it enters. Yeah. Oh, how in the world do I beat this Norn now? Okay, what can I cord for? Just nothing is going to get me out of this. I just need to, I guess, what? Put as much... I guess I can cord for Arcades, and then... That's just really not helpful either, is it? So, they have the Ring in play. They've got Teferi. They have so much. I have to cord now as well. So I play another Wall of Blossoms, and then I have 5 mana. I can cord for 2, or I can go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and cord for Arcades. I guess I just cord for Arcades. X is 3. X is... Is that even good, though? I can't attack them this turn anyway. Maybe it's better to just put more walls into play and set this up for next turn. All right, so play Wall of Blossoms, tap this one, then tap for 5, play another Axebane, and then I can cord for 2, I guess. Right? Yeah. This one, this one, this one. Cord for 2. Just get as much mana as possible so that if I draw out more outs next turn, I actually have them. All right, Battlement, and then pass. So this is, if I get Arcades, I'm going to have to tap the Axebane. So this is 3, 6, 10, 14, 18, 22 damage, assuming they don't have removal. They have to not play another ring. What do they bounce? They just bounced nothing. Okay. So they have to not play another ring and not have Solitude or Fury or Leyline Binding. So many things just blow us out here. Well, there's Leyline Binding to take 2 of our things. They're taking 1 Axebane and 1 Battlement. Plays Prismatic on Axebane, and Prismatics are Battlement. So they've killed all of our mana. So pretty dead here. Let's see what we draw. Another Battlement. So cord for Arcades costs me my entire board right now. So I just, what, pass and then, like, block Elesh Norn, cord for Arcades? That's the only thing I can think to do at this point. All right, pass the turn. I guess I don't even have to block Norn, but Norn's going to block one of my creatures when I attack them anyway, so I may as well. Opponent, Besejus are land. Okay, sure. Go fetch a forest. Ring, they go to 8, draws more. Eladamri's Call, so now they can grab another Solitude if they want. Omnath. Omnath's pretty bad for us too. All right, Omnath, sure. Draw 2 cards. Land, double triggers. Another ring. All right, that's going to be a game because now we can't beat the ring fog. Game 3. I think it's still just run this back as is. All right, on the play, game 3. We have... this hand's decent. Keep this. Opponent mulls to 6. Opponent mulls to 5. All right, fetch, and what am I getting first? Definitely Breeding Pool for the Alchemist. So shock this in, play Cerulean Caretaker, and go ahead. Opponent Flooded Strand. All right, so land. Now let's go grab... Has to be black mana. And we probably want white as well, so let's grab Godless Shrine, shock that in, and then we'll play Wall of Roots and have enough mana to play Wall of Blossoms. Minus this, tap this, play Wall of Blossoms, trigger. All right, pass it back. So we got Axebane, we got Galvanic. We just have to have enough time to do them both. Opponent fetches Rogren, Basic Forest, Ren, picks a land up. All right, we unfortunately didn't draw a land, so it's just going to have to be Axebane, and then I guess I could play Karn as well, right? So what if I go... I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana, but then I can't do anything with Karn, so it's better to just play Axebane now. I can play Axebane, and then I can cord for 1. So I can cord for 1 if I need to, but I don't think I want to. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, cord. Can I actually kill Ren and 6 right now? Let's see. Cord, activate for green, tap this, tap this. No, I don't have enough. I don't have enough mana to do it. So yeah, just play Axebane. So minus Axebane, green here. And then I can cord for 1 if I need. Pass the turn. I'm probably going to cord for 1 regardless of what happens. Brendan 6 picks a land up, plays a land. Well, Solitude. Triggers targeting our Axebane. So if I get Bulwark right now, what does that do for me? Nothing much. I kind of need to hold the cord, I think. But then the problem is I just don't have mana. But I don't have mana if I grab Bulwark anyway. So let's say I grab Bulwark, and if they can't answer it, then I get to activate and... I can't even kill Ren and 6. I can't even kill Ren and 6, right? Yeah, all right. So it just dies. That's fine. Oh, I guess Wall of Roots could have tapped for 2. Oh, yeah, I could have done it for 2. That's going to cost me the game, isn't it? All right, Beseju. Play that. I can Karn Needle Ren and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's probably still better to just cord for Overgrown Battlement or for Axebane. Yeah, it's better to cord for another Axebane, so let's pass the turn. Opponent fetches. Now they have... Leyline Domain mana. No, they're grabbing Steam Vents tapped. Okay, interesting. Ren 6 pick up the land. Flooded Strand. All right, cord. All right, there we go. Cord for 3. Hallowed Moonlight. They brought in Hallowed Moonlight. All right, well, I guess I'm just going to cord the worst card out of our deck then so I don't draw it. I don't want to draw another Cerulli Caretaker, so let's just grab that. Okay. Now I pretty much have to just Karn. So Karn minus use the ability. All right. Yeah, just Needle. Play the Needle. Fetch and response, of course. Well, if they're getting a Plains, then that means they have Leyline Binding. All right, go ahead. Yeah, so there's Leyline Binding. They take our Needle. No, they're just taking Karn. All right. Fetch. Plays the Ring. Draw with the Ring. All right, well, let's play Karn again. Minus Karn. And then I don't have any combos set up, so I guess I should just play the Ring so that I can draw some more cards next turn. Yeah, grab the Ring. And then we can't do anything, so pass the turn. All right, so they have another Leyline Binding because they tried to tap this for white. Omnath. And then all the Omnath triggers. There's Leyline Binding to take Karn, presumably. Yep, there goes Karn. And now their Ring's ahead of ours, and they have more mana. All right, back to us. As much as I would like to get this into play, I got to start drawing cards. So, Ring, triggers. All right, draw with the Ring. When did they get a black? Oh, I guess I just missed that. All right, well, third Leyline Blinding to take the Ring. Incredibly. Yeah, and now we're basically just screwed. Because they're going to untap, draw another 3 cards with the Ring, so they'll go up to 8 cards with an Omnath in play. And I don't see if we can possibly recover from this. Because next turn I'll play Axebane, they'll have removal for it. Yeah, I don't think my commentary is necessary at this point. If you're on YouTube, I skip ahead to either losing or making a comeback. All right, so if you're on YouTube, our opponent just played Elishnorn, which means even if our infinite combo didn't get disrupted, we can't trigger it anyway, so game's over. 0-3. Round 4 on the draw. This hand doesn't have white mana for Wall of Omens, has no accelerator, mull. All right, better. I'm probably putting back Galvanic, honestly. Or maybe I just put back Chord of Calling. Either one requires I have a bunch of setup ahead of time anyway. All right, let's put Chord back. It's more likely I'm just going to try to jam the Ring out. Ginger Brute. All right, we're playing against Hammer. Ornithopter. Yep, playing against Hammer. All right, so let's just fetch a Spara's Headquarters, and then we'll play Wall of Roots next turn. Opponent plays another Plains. Take another one from the Ginger Brute. All right, they play Pure Steel, which means we're probably dying next turn. This seems like a weird hand to keep if they don't have Sigarda's Aid, so probably just, yeah, getting Ginger Brute. All right, land, fetch a forest, play Wall of Roots. Go ahead. Saga, Shadow Spear, Springleaf Drum, equips Shadow Spear, and makes it except by creatures with haste. Sure, it's such a weird qualifier, but I can't block, so we take 2. At least we're not dead. So I take 2, go to 14, and then... So let's see, I can play the Ring or I can play Karn. If I play Karn, all their artifact abilities shut off, which means if they draw a Hammer, they can't equip it. Alternatively, I just play the Ring. So I probably want to... How fast can I empty my hand is the question. If they draw a Hammer, and I don't play... So if I play Karn, they can't equip the Hammer. All right, regardless, I'm going to fetch a forest. So Karn, let's say they draw a Hammer. They can't equip it. They attack Karn with both of these. I block one of them. Karn goes to 1. Even if I grab Ensnaring Bridge here, I can't empty my hand fast enough. If I play the Ring, then if they draw a Hammer, they can equip immediately. And then when I play Karn next turn, I can plus the Hammer to pick it off of their creature. Unless they draw multiple Hammers. This one's tough. What am I Karning for? Needle for... No, because I can't play the Needle immediately. So I'm Karning for EE, probably. All right, let's try that. So minus Karn... Means they can't move the spear around. They can't tap their drum anymore. Minus grab engineered explosives, probably. What would I even name? Their costs are all over the place. I guess I could put it on 0 and blow up their Karnstruct tokens. All right, EE. And pass it back. So they can make this unblockable. I can always block the Pure Steel with Wall. On Saturday, I have a modern half K to go to at my LGS. Should I play Lotus Breach or Tameshi or Kethis combo? What is Lotus Breach? Is that Twiddlestorm? All right, Saga goes up to 2. If by Lotus Breach you mean Twiddlestorm, then yeah, play that. Another land. Oh no, they can't activate this anyway, but it doesn't matter. Both of these attack Karn. I block 1. Karn goes to 1. All right, so block one of these. Plays another Ornithopter, even though I have EE. Huh. So now what with Karn? I'm going to plus, and then even if I play the Ring, I can't. So I play the Ring and then prevent them from hitting me, but it doesn't matter because then they just go grab a Hammer, kill Karn, then they move the Hammer post-combat. Or I could play EE for 1. So what's the only thing to plus? Shadow Spear to get it unattached? If I don't put it on 0, then the Karnstructs become overwhelming is the problem. So, I could also just play another Karn, but then I don't have the mana to hold EE up either. So yeah, I just don't have the mana to do any of this. So let's just go plus on the Shadow Spear so it unattaches. I guess I could have played... No, I could have played the ring and made it a blocker. That would have been better, wouldn't it have? Oh, man. All these things in hindsight. Okay, ring. Hopefully we can draw out of this. So fog wall, draw, another Karn, play this tapped. And then what am I doing? I'm probably blowing up. I don't know what I'm blowing up. I'm probably not putting E on 1. I'm probably just putting it on 0 next turn. Yeah, all right, pass. So they make a Karnstruct. Karn's going to get killed. I imagine they'll go grab another... I imagine they'll go grab Hammer anyway and then equip it post-combat. So even if I'd made the ring a creature, they could have still attacked into it with multiple things, right? They would have attacked into it with the Karnstruct token, Paladin, Gingerbrute, and then I block Paladin and it dies. Or they just attack it with Karnstruct, Gingerbrute, I block Gingerbrute, it still dies anyway. So there's the Hammer. So yeah, everything at Karn. So sure, Karn dies. Then post-combat, they move it. So how much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can go Karn, but then I can't play Bridge. I can play EE and pop it, but only for 0. So ring. Let's draw some more with the ring. Okay, so I have to kill the Karnstructs. This also is a big problem. Land, fetch. I'm going to use up all my mana this turn. Grab the last forest. So 6 mana. I can play Karn. I can plus it, taking the Hammer off the Gingerbrute, and then play EE for 0 and pop it, killing the Karnstructs. So minus here, play Karn, plus take Hammer off the Gingerbrute, then play EE for 0. And I can activate EE next turn with Wall of Roots, so I can play Cerulean Caretaker, and then pass with the ability to pop EE. Weird sounds coming through your stream. Yeah, I know, they're drilling in the next room, unfortunately. I was not notified of this ahead of time. Yeah, I was told literally 3 minutes before they were going to start doing it that it was happening. All right, so they are swinging a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to pop EE absolutely regardless of what's happening here. So pop EE, and then I block here and here. Now I can keep Karn alive, so I just go minus, activate EE, Karnstructs die. Then I block here, and then sure, Karn goes to 5. Or 4, rather, because the Hammer's also attacking it. All right, another Urza Saga. Ring trigger, go to 9. So as long as I can keep Karn around, they can't keep activating this. So I guess I just deploy more stuff to the board now, right? I can also Karn for Needle and Needle Urza Saga. What am I drawing? All right, that's excellent. So let's go Battlement and then Tyvar. Probably keep that up, and then I can use Cerulean to tap this. No, let's just tap this. I guess the thing is I want blue mana, right? Yeah. I'm going to have it with the Axebane anyway. All right, so play Tyvar. Now this can immediately activate, and we'll cast Axebane. Then Axebane can activate. Blue, blue, green, green. Then untap this, tap for more. Blue, blue, green, green. Then I cast Galvanic Alchemist, and then I can Soul Bond it with the Axebane Guardian, generate infinite mana, win the game. Soul Bond, choose this creature. All right, we have the win. That was harrowing. On to game 2. What am I playing? They're a very fast deck, especially when we're on the draw, so probably Needle and Haywire might come into the main deck. I might also just want Ensnaring Bridge in the main. It depends. Ring as well. And then Cutting. Bulwark, I'm never going to be the one that's attacking them. Arcades. 2 of the Wall of Omens. I think that looks fine. Is Ballista even good? Not really. And we'll just leave it in the sideboard. All right, that's fine. I consider, JS, I consider Lotus Breach and Twiddlestorm, they're basically the same thing. Twiddlestorm decks have basically just changed into the same thing with Underworld Breach anyway. All right, I've got the ring, I've got some good ramp, this is keepable. So turn 1 Caretaker, turn 2 Overgrown Battlement. All right, they play Ornithopter, play Drum, play Sigardazade. All right, well, we're on a quick clock right now. We drew Bridge, for what that's worth. All right, so fetch, Forest, play Caretaker, pass the turn. All right, attack. Obviously, I'm not blocking. Hammer. They're not even waiting for me to block. All right, no blocks. Go to 9. I have to block this next turn. Another Ornithopter. So if they had the second Hammer, they just would have done it then. So I'm not dead. Needle is not helping here. Oh man, what can I do? I play Overgrown Battlement, and then I have to chump block this Ornithopter, and then I just have to hope that I draw a 3rd land for Ensnaring Bridge. So land... Oh no, because I can play Ensnaring Bridge next turn with Battlement, right? So fetch. So that being the case, what's the best thing to fetch for? Probably Overgrown Tomb in order to have black mana for Tyvar if I ever draw it. What is the value in keeping a high life total here? I guess I don't even have it yet anyway. All right, let's just grab a forest. Play Battlement, and then just pass. And then we'll just chump block this with Caretaker. What in the world are they playing at instant speed right now? March of Otherworldly Light on Ceruli. Okay. Well, now I have to chump block this to not lose, and then have to just pray to God I draw a third untapped land. All right, block. Hopefully I draw a third untapped land. Third untapped land. That's not a third untapped land. Well, run the same thing back, I suppose. Should I have EE main as well? Yeah. And, Chalice main? Yeah. I guess that's fine. All right, submit. On the play, game 3 against Hammer, we have... This is pretty good. I do have to play this tapped on turn 1, unfortunately, but we will do that. So I'm going to go Sparas. Yeah, okay, so Sparas pass. Then next turn, go Wall of Roots, play one of these 1-drops. Horizon Canopy. Plays Giver of Runes. All right, land, Wall of Roots. I guess I can activate Giver, but do I care? Or I can Needle the Giver, rather, but do I care? What's something else that's better to Needle? Stoneforge Mystic, so they can't put Cauldron to play. Urza's Saga. All right, let's just minus and play Haywire Might right now. Pass the turn. And then if they have an Urza's Saga, I can just pop Might in response to them getting the trigger. Yep, there's Urza's Saga. So minus, pop this. All right, things are going well so far. They play Sigarda's Aid. That's not going as well. Paradise Mantle, equipping to Giver. Taps for any color. All right, what's the move here? So I only have 2 mana, so I go Wall of Roots, activate both of them, play Overgrown Battlements. Yep. Activate, play Overgrown Battlement. Pass the turn. I feel like people forget about the killing Urza Saga when Chapter 1 is on the stack. They might have just forgotten that I could activate Wall of Roots on their turn as well. Or maybe they just baited it out so that I would pop that instead of Sigarda's Aid. All of these are possibilities. Pure Steel Paladin. So if they have a hammer, they have to tap the Giver to cast it. Attacks. No attacks. So Karn, unfortunately, doesn't even stop them from putting hammer on stuff. So how much mana do I have right now? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can Karn. I moved a lot of the stuff out of my sideboard, though, for the speed of the matchup. So right now I have Stonebrain. If they have a hammer, they'll just flash it in. I've got Staff of Domination, which costs too much to use. Bridge is in the main deck. Ring is also in the main deck, right? Well, I'm definitely playing this land. So I can go 3 mana, cast Axebane Guardian, and then I have 4, 5, 6. And then I can Karn for something. I guess if they don't have the hammer right now, I can just Stonebrain it immediately. They didn't have it last turn, and that would have been what? Probably better to just hammer Giver of Runes last turn and attack with it. Maybe not, though. All right, so let's go fetch, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 3, 4, Karn, minus. Staff is a win next turn. I can also grab Ballista, I guess, but then if they hammer in response, that doesn't matter. Yeah, okay, Stonebrain, play Stonebrain, and let's Stonebrain them. All right, do you have the hammer in your hand? Yep, they did. So trigger, draw, equip this to something. I'm pretty sure I still name hammer. What if I name, yeah, hammer, I can get this unattached next turn. I have to chump this, but I can get it unattached next turn. So I lose if they have... No, I don't lose if they have Shadow Spear, but they kill Karn if they have Shadow Spear. I should probably just name hammer still. All right, Colossus Hammer. What's in their hand? Their hand is Stoneforge Ornithopter. So they can Stoneforge for the Shadow Spear and play it? God damn. All right, well, take all the hammers. What else do they have in their deck? Reprieve, Sword of Fire and Ice. Yeah, so next turn they're just going to go Stoneforge, fetch Shadow Spear, equip, Karn dies, and then I'm just dead next turn. All right, pass the turn. Stoneforge, fetch Shadow Spear, equip, Karn dies. Yep. There goes Karn. No blocks. I guess I'm not technically dead next turn. I can survive 1 hit. So moving stuff around. All right. Ooh, the ring. Okay, we might be back in this. So let's go Axebane, 4 mana, ring. Trigger, draw a card. Chalice for 1 is probably... Okay, so I can go... Then I can't play Needle. Do I need to Needle anything, though? I can Needle this, but they can still... So they can't move them around anymore, but it's still equipped anyway. I guess I would lose the Wall of Roots if I played Chalice. So let's just do Chalice for 0. And then Pithing Needle the Horizon Canopy. All right, Pithing Needle, Horizon Canopy. Do I play Chalice for 0 here? What does that stop? It just stops them from casting Ornithopters and stuff. That's not even useful. Yeah, just pass. All right, so we got 2 turns from this point. Because I could draw with the ring, and then we can take 1 hit, and then I get to draw with the ring again. Ooh, there's another ring. All right, draw some more cards. Ooh, Galvanic Alchemist, so we have infinite. All right, I'm going to play this regardless, so draw a card. All right, Chord, doesn't matter. Arcades isn't in the main anymore, so tap for blue, blue, green, green, green. cast Galvanic, Soul Bond here, then activate this. What do I need this for? Nothing. Yeah, okay. Activate this. I have infinite mana, but I don't have an outlet for it. Oh my gosh, do they actually have March of Otherworldly Light? Seriously? March of Otherworldly Light on Galvanic Alchemist. All right. Well, at least we get a bunch of mana. I took out Arcades so I can chord for just drawing a card, I guess. That's not very useful. So I have 10 mana right now. I can play the ring anyway, so let's go 5, chord, tap this, tap this, 1 and 2, chord for 2. All right, yeah, just grab Wall Blossoms, trigger, draw a card, land, ring, new ring, draw some more, a Heath. So I can Chalice on 2. I just don't think chalicing at this point is even useful, right? It's just not even useful at this point. All the hammers are gone from their deck. They have Cauldra and they have Sword of Fire and Ice. So if I Chalice on 2, they don't have Stoneforge. They can't cast Stoneforge Mystic. But it also means I can't cast any of my other 2-drops. My other 2-drops don't matter anyway. Yeah, just pass the turn. We just have to find Karn. Opponent played, and they just drew Stoneforge. Amazing. All right, so Stoneforge for, I don't know, Sword or Cauldra, one of those. For Cauldra. So now Cauldra is 5 more on here, so that's 17 damage. It's still not a one-shot, although the ring is hurting us, so we will have to block with some amount to just absorb the damage. All right, ring down to 19. Draw some more cards. We drew a land. Chording for the last draw spell. So play Overgrown Battlement, and then tap this one, chord, X is 2. All right, let's grab the last Wall of Blossoms and try to draw another card. All right, Karn, we got there. So now we go float a whole bunch of mana. Karn, minus, and then grab Staff of Domination, play Staff, and then untap this Battlements, then tap the Battlements, then untap the Staff, untap Battlements, tap this, untap this. Is there a way to use it, just make it pay the mana in my pool instead of having to click on it every time? All right, I do have to get there before I clock out. All right, so I'll start drawing some cards. Draw a card. Yeah, okay, Stoneforge and Cauldra. That's fine. You just have to find another Karn. All right, there's Karn. So untap this. All right, Karn, keep the new Karn, minus, grab Walking Ballista. How much do I have to do? I have to do it for 54 mana. All right, Ballista, and then I have to ping them 27 times before the clock runs out. Ballista, remove. Whoo! 7 seconds left on the clock. We got there. Jesus. Okay. On to round number 5. All right, a little bit of ramp, draw, redraw, Karn. This is fine. We're on the draw. Watery Grave, Shocked In. All right, well, if it's Fatal Push, so be it. Play this, place the Ruling Caretaker, pass the turn. All right, indeed it was pushed. Opponent plays Misty, passes. All right, so blue-black control in all likelihood. Fetch, let's grab Overgrown Tomb, shock this in, play Wall of Blossoms. Shocks in a Watery Grave. Are we getting Bowmastered? No, just Counterspell, all right. I'm surprised they would Counterspell a Wall of Blossoms. Consider. Plays another Watery Grave, shocks it in. All right. Well, now unfortunately our hand is all expensive cards. Well, there's another not expensive card, so let's play Wall of Blossoms again. All right, they are once again counterspelling this. So let's just go fetch now. Pass the turn. Opponent fetches Scalding Tarn. The last Watery Grave shocked in. Plays Death Shadow. Okay, so it is Shadow. Blue-black Shadow. All right, we need to draw a land. We did draw a land. Ring. Let's try to see if this resolves. Stubborn Denial. All right, back to them. Cycles Street Wraith to grow the Shadow. All right, we take 5, go to 11. Opponent is playing Murktide. Well, we're just dead on board now, right? I can Karn for EE, and then I just die. I can play Overgrown Battlement to block, and then I take 8, and I just die the next turn anyway. Yep. Sideboard. Veil, Endurance, cutting, Bulwark, cutting. What else? Some of these walls. It's probably fine to run this back. All right, submit this. All right, game 2 on the play. We only have 1 land, mulligan. All right. Not a great hand, but I will keep this and I will put back what? This really depends on drawing more lands. I don't need chord, so keep this. Let's just go land, fetch and shock in Breeding Pool, place Ruling Caretaker, go. Watery Grave shocked in. They're taking 2... Oh, they're casting Dismember. Okay, I was like, how are they just taking damage here? All right, well, land pass holding up Veil of Summer, I guess. Plays Polluted Delta. All right, back to us. Let's go fetch Overgrown Tomb, I guess. Or just fetch Godless... No, okay, I guess, yeah, fetch Overgrown Tomb. Back to us. I don't want to run an Axebane into removal, so I'm just going to keep passing now that we drew this other land, so that I can have Axebane with Veil up. Opponent cycles Consider. They fetch, shocking in another Watery Grave, playing another Consider, land. All right, fetch, Sparas. All right, land, play Axebane. Let's just fetch ahead of time. Forest, Axebane. All right, it resolved, pass it back. So now if they have push plus counter, they can go push in response. They can go push, and then I can go Veil, and then they can in response counter your Veil. No, they're just casting Consider. All right. Attempting to Petty Theft. Well, that is the best use of Veil of Summer I've seen. We drew Arcades as well, and then that just straight up counters Brazen Borrower completely. Unfortunately, they now untap with 6 cards, so cycle Street Wraith, play another land. Bot sees us. I'm not sure which one they'll take, but it's worse if they take Arcades, because at this point we don't have the combo yet. All right, they took Arcades. They're at 6, but I mean, we're the wall deck, so we're not really pressuring them. Opponent plays Murktide. All right, Karn, although they're holding up Stubs or Spell Pierce. So let's play Beseiju, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. If they have Stub or Denial, they're just going to Stub or Denial Karn anyway. So yeah, all right, try for Karn. It actually resolved. All right, well then let's just go grab, I guess, Ensnaring Bridge while we can, or the Ring. Ensnaring Bridge is more likely to have us not just die, so let's grab Ensnaring Bridge and then pass. Opponent plays a land. So they do have bounce spells like Brazen and probably Odoar in their deck somewhere, so it's not a foolproof. Also, they can just counter it, I guess. All right, attacking Karn. Opponent plays Spreading Seas on Spara's headquarters. That's perfectly fine. All right, Endurance. They actually don't have any spells in here right now. All right, so let's go. Let's try to resolve Ensnaring Bridge. It resolved. All right, I'm going to stop them in their upkeep so I can flash Endurance in to eat their graveyard before they can get another Murktide down, I guess. Although it doesn't really matter since they don't have any spells, regardless. Yeah, I guess I'm just not going to do that. Yeah, all right, just pass it back to them. And then I'll just respond when they cast a spell. Opponent casts Orcish Bowmasters. Very well. So they target us. All right, I will flash this in now before they have counter spells so that I can block these guys. Target you. All right, we're at 13. If they find an answer to this bridge, we lose. Fetch. And they're getting it tapped. So they can attack with both of these right now. 4 mana. 5 mana. Lorien? Yeah, Lorien revealed. Scalding Tarn. Fetch. Grabbing a Watery Grave untapped. And they're at 2. Playing Shadow. All right. Drew the Ring. Unfortunately, Bowmasters is in play, but we got to do it. So Ring. All right. Draw a card. They can't attack with these giant creatures anyway, so we may as well do that. All right, pass it back. Play to Delta. Consider. Binning another Shadow. Fetching down to 1. Fail to find. Okay. Fatal pushes our Axebane. Spreading Seas on Overgrown Tomb. Plays another Shadow. And this doesn't attack. Okay. Then we ring down to 12. What do I draw? I want to be able to get everything out of my hand. I should Endurance myself now, so I have Arcades and Karn back in the deck. Even though that makes draw... Okay, so if I draw, this triggers twice. And then I have 5 cards in my hand, and I can't potentially empty all of them. But I can still empty all of them for... I mean, these creatures are the problem, right? So I should draw. Well, this is going to be a problem. I assume they're just going to shoot me now, right? Yeah. This actually grows the army token out of being able to attack with Ensnaring Bridge. And they have too many creatures for us to attack them back. So let's see. Oh, what is the math on here? I go Wall of Blossoms, draw another card, go to 9. Next turn, this takes me down to 6. I do need to find another out for the ring. So it is incorrect to play Wall of Blossoms right now, or is it? Land. I need to go find a mana enabler guy, right? So I need to cord for... So let's get Galvanic into play. So I'm going to go Galvanic. 1, 2, 3. I have 6-ish mana. I need a cord for what? I need to get Axebane, right? Yeah, so 1, 2, 3... Or 1, 2, Wall of Blossoms is in play. And then I can cord for 3. All right, so play Wall of Blossoms. Donate the ring for the kill, if only. Another cord, jeez. All right, we go to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm probably going to wind up flashing this Endurance in off one of these cords and getting the other cord just to take less damage. I guess I got to fetch anyway, so... All right, back to them. We're also going to die to our ring really fast. All right, combat. They clearly don't attack. End step, fetch. Grab a forest. So if I go Endurance, then I can't do it. Yeah, so cord for 3. Cord for Axebane. My go. I still don't have infinite. I need another thing. So then I go to 6. And if I draw with the ring again, I take 3 and go to 3, and then I'm dead on upkeep. So I can only afford to do it next turn, and then I'll be at 1. Huh. All right, so let's go. I do want more shots at drawing Karn, so let's play Endurance. I guess if I'm not drawing right now, there's no reason to do any of this right now. So Galvanic. Now I want to hold that in case of removal. So what am I doing? Pass back to them. End step, go 3 mana, Endurance. then Chord, 4 creatures to get Overgrown Battle, or just get another Axebane Guardian. I guess that's what I'm doing. Yeah, all right, pass back. They know I have Galvanic Alchemist. End of turn, Dismember on Axebane Guardian. All right, well, let's float, and then cast Chord, and then cast Endurance. Target ourselves, and then that puts Karn on the bottom, and then when I Chord, it shuffles the deck. All right, back to them. So no attacks, cast Chord for 3, find another Axebane. Back to our turn. Take some more damage from this ring, down to 4. There's Tyvar. So yeah, I just have to draw into either another ring or Karn. That's the only out. Yep, that is straight up the only out. So I guess I get more mana with this. I don't have black right now until I tap this guy. So tap this for black, and another color doesn't matter. Then play Tyvar. Statistically, more cards in my deck are not the ring or Karn, so it's better to mill first. Also, this gets me more mana overall, so I may as well play it first anyway. Minus, mill 3 cards over, use the ability, and only getting back Cerulean Caretaker, unfortunately. All right, well, so now I can Chord for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which gets me another Axebane. All right, Chord, this one, this one, this one, this one. Oh, God. The way Chord is on Moto is just so awkward. I try to convoke my guys, and then it just doesn't do anything. I guess they're countering it anyway, sure. I only have 3 here, so yeah, all right. Draw with the ring. Let's see what happens. All right, we drew Karn. We're going to 1. Oh, I don't have the mana to play a new ring. We drew Wall of Roots as well. All right, we go to 1. So I can go Wall of Roots, activate itself, and use Cerulean to untap it. 3 mana, Galvanic Alchemist. I don't have the mana to untap this. Or I can play Galvanic, or I can play Galvanic and untap this, and then I have 3, and then I'm still short. 1, 2, 3, Galvanic. With Galvanic and Cerulean, I then have exactly 3 to untap Axebane. Then Axebane taps for 3 and puts Wall of Roots in play, and then I only have 2 mana. Or I go Karn, and then I only have 1 mana to do anything. Wall of Roots is effectively free because Cerulean taps it. So Wall of Roots, and then minus, play Karn, and then I only have 1 mana, so we're dead. I can block the Bowmasters, but then what? Then I just die on upkeep. I can play Haywire Might and gain some life, but I don't gain enough life to not die. I can Haywire Might my own ring on their turn. Okay, that's what I'm doing. So Haywire Might, and then cast the Might, and then I've got to use Wall of Roots to exile my own ring on their turn. We're on a knife's edge, boys. All right, so they can attack with the Bowmasters, and then we'll just chump and then shoot our own ring. Block, activate, use this, kill my own ring off. All right, we survived. We somehow survived, and now I can win. Oh my God. I have 4 defenders, so this is mana positive. All right, cast Galvanic, Soul Bond with Axebane Guardian, then tap this, then activate it to untap, then tap it again, then untap. It's going to take a while to do this. Actually, what am I even doing? I don't need infinite mana. I can just grab Ballista and play it for like... I guess I need to play it through Drown in the Loch, right? So it has to be big enough that it gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has to be bigger than 6. All right, Karn, grab Ballista, cast Ballista for 8. All right, I don't quite have enough, so let's just keep doing this. All right, Ballista. X is 8. Opponent, 2 blue. Okay, they concede, I guess. That was only game 2, though, so we're going into game 3. What else here? I guess I do want Bulwark in my main in case they go really low on life, and then we can Chord for it and just attack them. So what else am I cutting? Again, just like all the random Wall of Blossoms, they're slow, they're really bad against Bowmasters. That's probably fine. They actually don't have that many threats, right? Like their big threat, they have Bowmasters, Death Shadow, Murktide. So if I can, I can put EE in the main to deal with the shadows, and then I can put Stonebrain, and I can just Stonebrain their Murktides out of their deck. Chalice on 1's really good. Yeah, that's good too. What am I cutting? Just all these draw walls. And then we can still Karn for bridge, 1 ring, Ballista, Staff. All right, submit this. We have Stonebrain in hand, I guess is okay. We have some mana. All right, keep. Opponent plays a land, fetches, gets a Watery Grave, shocks it in. Thoughtseize. Well, that takes care of that plan. So yeah, they took the Stonebrain. All right, we drew Tyvar. That's pretty good. So let's go land and then just pass, and we'll fetch Overgrown Tomb. Cycle Street Wraith. Actually, no, I should get Sparas now. I guess I barely need white mana, right? So I just get Overgrown Tomb. Fetch Godless Shrine to do it too. Yeah, all right. Godless Shrine, untap, play Seiju, play Wall of Roots, activate Wall of Roots, put Bulwark into play, and then pass the turn. All right, go ahead, opponent. End of turn, they are, I assume... No, they're killing that, really. All right. Well, we get to retain Wall of Roots then. Casting Consider. They're at 12, so they can start deploying Shadows. They also have enough stuff in their graveyard to delve Murktide. Spreading Seas on our Boseiju. That is fine. All right, looks like they've missed a land. Ooh, another Wall of Roots. So what if I go Wall, Land, Tyvar? Yeah, that's... Or I can go Wall... Yeah, Wall, Land, Tyvar. So shock that in. Wall, then minus, black mana, Tyvar. Then Tyvar, mill. Use the ability, the only... So we hit Battlement or Bulwark. Let's just get Bulwark and then pass it back. And so next turn I can play and immediately activate Axebane Guardian. The Bulwark also represents lethal damage if they ever go low enough to actually turn Shadow on. Street Wraith cycles Lorien Revealed for their missing third land. Shocks in an Overgrown or a Watery Grave to 8. Plays Death Shadow. All right, they're passing with a mana up. Another Tyvar. So if they have a removal spell, we go play Axebane, activate, Bulwark all of these guys, and then that's not lethal. So it's probably better to just continue to set up for future turns. So let's just go Axebane. I could play a new Tyvar to get more stuff into play. That's probably better, right? Activate this. Green, black, yeah, whatever, doesn't matter. Then try to untap it. I imagine if they have removal, they would cast it now. Yeah, so they're dismembering. Oh, then they're just dead, right? Because now I can just... Oh, no, I have 4 mana. No, I have... So I go new Tyvar, get back Overgrown Battlement, tap it immediately. I have 4, 5, 6. Bulwark, all of these attack them. Yeah, so new Tyvar, mill, use the ability, tap, activate, Bulwark, this one, Bulwark, this one, Bulwark itself, go to combat, attack all. The Dominaria United limited beatdown plan, indeed. All right, well, we only went 2 and 3, but we did get varianced out a little earlier, so there's something to be said for that. So it's around a 2-3 to 3-2 deck, which I think is about what I expected from Walls. Every time I'm in a scenario with this deck where I am trying to chord for something, and I'm like, what can I chord for? I always feel like there should be random one of silver bullets to chord for, rather than as so much of a Karn sideboard here. So like, maybe we could cut the Veils and possibly Endurance for just like more silver bullets in various matchups. Like chording for Sanctifier on Vec would have been great in a lot of cases. Chording for creatures that can act as removal. So there might be something worth looking into insofar as this goes. Like having an Orcish Bowmasters in the deck to chord for could be useful. But overall, pretty happy with this with the deck.